And we're back with part 2. Right, this one is going to be, it's a good one really. It's been dropped a few times. I really don't know how to say your name, mate. Mathijs one of them. Mathijs de Jong. Sounds French, but probably Dutch, possibly. D. Anyway, have you ever considered taking steroids? Have you ever taken steroids? And what are your thoughts on people that do take them? Now, I've mentioned this briefly before, and if you go on my website, I think it's on the first page where I'm just doing a bit of an introduction, I talk about steroids and that, how I haven't got a problem with anybody that chooses to take steroids. It's their own choice, it's up to them, and I honestly can say that I think anybody that has a problem with other people doing whatever they want needs to get a life, sort themselves out, worry about your own life. Don't start hating on other people just because they want to do whatever. Same thing goes for people that smoke, drink, whatever. Do what you like, it's your body, enjoy. Now, there's a lot of negativity towards steroids because of, mainly because the biggest one that people come up with on steroids is that they class it as cheating. Oh, you're taking steroids, you're cheating. Oh, you I go to the gym and I train twice as hard as you, and you take steroids and you get big in a week, you know. And I think that has to be the number one misconception when it comes to steroids. It's not a case of you pin up or take an oral steroid or whatever it is, and all of a sudden you become Incredible Hulk in a week. That's not how it works. Now, I know people that take steroids. I know people that take steroids and have been taking them for a while, and I look better than them. And I'm coming up to my second year of consistent training as a natural. I look better than them. I'm in better shape. I can lift more, and blah blah blah. And I'm natural. These people have been taking steroids. Why aren't they bigger than me, stronger than me, more defined than me? They're on steroids, so clearly they should be. At the same time, I know people that do take steroids and are in brilliant condition. The type of condition and size and strength that would take me maybe another 2 to 3 years to get to. Like what they've achieved in, say, maybe 1 year, 2 years, might take me about 5 years to achieve. Now, that's their choice, that's up to them. Like I say, as long as you know what you're doing, you go check out Jason Blahar's channel. He does his gear talk videos, and he talks about it openly, and they're not as horrendous as people make them out to be. They're not. Steroids essentially are a beneficial drug. They're there for people. They're given to people that are like suffering from serious injuries or any kind of trauma, and they need to regrow and repair themselves. They'll be given some form of steroid which helps them heal. And that's effectively what they're doing when you're injecting them for your training. You're basically just recovering faster. So today I did my session. I actually have trained now Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days in a row. And today, I'm not feeling very well, to be honest. And I had the shittest deadlift session. Spat everywhere. I had the shittest deadlift session I've had in a long time. Just couldn't move the weight. I was pissed off, I was gutted. But then I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Calorie deficit. I'm training 3 days in a row. Now, if I was on taking gear and I was eating plenty and all that, there's a chance I could have done these 3 sessions in a day and a half. I could have done morning session, back, and then on the evening done an overhead press because I'd have been recovered and ready to go, and then on Friday morning done my deadlifts and smashed all that effort out. It helps you recover faster, and this is why people get more work done in a short period of time compared to, say, naturals, mainly just because you just can't recover fast enough. You can still go to the gym twice a day as a natural. I did it myself last year. I was doing 2 a days. Jesus Christ, it was hard work. But if you're eating enough and you're getting your sleep in, you still do it. There's no problem. You don't. You don't need to be taking steroids to do that. You just got to make sure everything else is optimal. Food's right and your rest is right. My only problem with steroid use is when it comes down to things like natural competitions, whether it be powerlifting or actual bodybuilding shows. If you are a genuine natural competitor and you believe in yourself and you believe in being honest, and you go to some show or whatever, a meet, and somebody else is there and they're tacked up to their eyeballs and they're swearing blind that they're natural, and they pass a test like it's very easy to do, and say you lose because you didn't stand a chance, you'd be pissed off, do you know? And people do it. There is open federations that are for people to go and do that, but people always want to have that edge. If there's a prize to be won, no matter how small it is, somebody will always want to cheat to get there, and that is the only time where the word steroids and cheating, in my opinion, is allowed in the same sentence. Taking steroids to grow muscle or to get stronger is not cheating. You know, from a personal view, it's efficient. It's pretty much, well, it's a no-brainer to do it, really. If you want to get big and strong and you want to grow muscle, then it's the way to go, isn't it? You need to have them hormones there, and they provide it there, and they let you get it done. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take steroids? Personal choice, and that is the only reason. Personal choice because, say, you don't want to... Some people spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds on supplements. Pre-workouts, protein powders, creatine, and all them things. Spend all your money on them, and you could probably get yourself a cycle of gear for however many £100, and you would see more results off that than anything else. So it's not really a money choice when people turn around and say, oh, I don't want to take steroids because it costs money and I'll be spending money for life. Because it don't really come down to that, you know what I mean? As long as you're doing it properly, you can go on and come off and whatnot. I mean, like I say, I know a little bit about it because you're an idiot if you don't educate yourself on things, but at the same time I haven't looked enough into it to be able to say the complete ins and outs of what you can do. I only know things from what I've read. Like I say, it comes down to personal choice. Now, for me, the reason why the original question was, have I ever thought about taking steroids? I can honestly say that no, I've never thought about actually taking steroids, but I did back in the early days before I started getting into this, and I was always looking for the easy way out, and I wanted to, you know, you think back in the time when I tried that ephedra, and I'm not kidding you, I honestly thought I was going to die. I was having serious anxiety, my heart was off like hell. I mean, I was really fat as fuck. I was like, 230 odd pounds. And I remember lying in my room. I lived alone at the time. My heart was racing, and I just thought, fucking hell, this is when I die. And that was a scary thing for me. Now, there's a lot of fear around things like steroids and all that stuff. So, I mean, after it sounds pathetic to the people that know what they're doing, but after that, I was a bit scared into anything. I thought, well, I don't want to mess with anything else. I remember at one point when I was people were talking about pro hormones and stuff like that, and that because you could go into a shop and buy them, you think, oh, well, these must be fine. These must be okay to try if you can buy them from a shop. So you start to think, well, why don't I give them a go? But then you start reading about them, and you realise that if you do, a lot of them tend to come with all of the side effects of a certain steroids, with a fraction of the benefits. So you start to think, is it really worth it? And then you start reading into things like the cycle support, and then like the post-cycle therapy that you need. Excuse me, I've had garlic tonight. And they say after you've taken your pro hormones and that, you're going to need to go into a proper PCT, not one of these shitty ones that you get from the shop where it's a bunch of herbs and that, but like a proper pharmaceutical one like Nolvadex or Clomid, and you think, how do I get over them? So then you start having to look into things like, oh bloody hell, I'm going down the steroid route now. If I'm going to buy these, I might as well buy steroids. So then you start thinking, screw that. Now, like I say, this was well before I started getting into this properly. This was when I used to go to the gym and I was into bro routine, you know, curl, chest on a Monday and some curls, and then some more curls on Tuesday, some curls on Wednesday, and then some curls on Thursday and Friday as well, and not a single squat was done that week. This was before I started looking into it properly, because the thing is when you do start training properly and you do start watching what you eat, tracking macros and things like that, and you stick at it, you actually start to see results. And when you start to see results, you start to think, do you know what, I don't need doubt like that, I'm doing alright. And that's what it's come down to for me, because I have found as a natural that I'm seeing decent results and I'm doing alright. That is the main reason why I have decided I don't need steroids. If you wanted to go into, say, profession, if you wanted to be a professional athlete, you want to get into fitness modelling and all that, you want to go try and be an IFBB pro and all these things, let's be honest, you need to start taking up. That's just the way you've got to do it. Unless you want to go down the IFBB Natural Pro, which, to be honest, they're probably all taking up as well. So unless you want to go into it professionally, personally, I don't see any reason or need to, other than personal vanity in that sense. If you want to be huge, I think my camera is, I can't remember I don't know where I got cut off there, but my camera stopped. But basically I was saying, like I said, this is going to be a long video, this is going to take some serious uploading, and fair play to you if you've lasted this long. But what was I saying? Yeah, I was just saying, unless you are trying to go down some kind of professional route in like bodybuilding, what have you, really, the only reason why I personally would see the need to use steroids would be for just sheer vanity. So say in 5 years I could reach my natural limit. I mean, if I hit my natural limit for my height, I should look pretty ace, do you know? I should look, because I'm only 5'8", which is the question that everybody asks all the time. If I could hold around about 180 pounds, maybe 190 at low body fat, I would look massive, and I'd be happy with that. Now, a lot of people would rather have it now rather than wait, and that's, like I say, it's personal choice. Don't judge anybody because of their own personal choice. If you don't agree with it, keep it to yourself. Do you know? If somebody wants to do that, it's not affecting you in any way, so don't hate on them. You've still got to train. You've still got to put the effort in, like I was saying before. I know people that take loads of gear and all that, and I look better than them. And but I also know people that train their asses off and train just as hard as me, if not harder, and they look great for it. You see, you don't just juice up and get good overnight. You've still got to put all the effort in and all the hard work and all the training. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. No matter which way you want to look at it, whether you want to take gear or not, you've still got to put the hard work in. And if you don't, you will not see results either way. So there you go, really. That's a big one to answer, really. It's a big subject for a lot of people here on YouTube. You get the people that constantly go through the videos of the pros, posting things like, oh, he's taking steroids, oh my god, he takes steroids. Actually, one thing I do want to just quickly hit on, the other problem that I have with steroids is that people that sell supplements, everybody knows, come on, everybody knows they're taking gear, and that's a common thing. But the issue is that they'll sell a product and say, you take this product, it's going to get you ripped up and shredded like me. But really it's like, well, let's be honest, we all know why you're so ripped up and shredded. So don't bullshit and say that it was because of some African Namibian Guadalupan herb plant that you take 6 times a day and it makes you shit out your ass like piss. Let's be honest, that's the only other reason why anybody should be bothered, is bullshit marketing. Other than that, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's be honest. All the people that go around hating on people's hard work, that's just out of order. Anyway, let's cut this short because this is probably going to be the most longest video I've ever done, and it's going to take me forever to upload. So, right, this was part 2, and let's move on to part 3.